What's going on, everybody? Banger T, Smoker OG, sitting here on Sunday morning before. Is it Memorial Day or Labor Day? I don't really remember. No, one of the two. Just went through a couple days of had some seizures for the last couple days, so haven't been doing too well. But fortunately, I am back to normal. I think life is good. I'm rolling my cigarettes, and I've gone back old school. Because quite honestly, first off, I realized that it's a lot cleaner than it was. You don't waste so much tobacco. That machine is awesome. Like I said, I paid $40 for it. I could roll a carton of cigarettes in probably 20 minutes if it took that long. I don't even know if it would take that long, to be honest with you. And it had some cool cigarette tubes, and it all worked out. So it was actually the perfect setup, except for the fact that when you pulled this machine forward, the tobacco, man, it just went everywhere. I had it all over it's all over my, constantly sweeping it up, constantly all over my table. So just went back old school. Like I said, I'm tired of cleaning all this up all the time. And then what I realized was, the quality of cigarette, I don't know, is, I guess it really just depends on what you like to smoke. Me, I don't care. I smoke. I smoke tobacco. I smoke pipe, cigars, filtered, non-filtered. Hell, different product mixed in with the tobacco, whatever it is, I enjoy it. Problem is, part of the problem is I have a little trouble staying lit sometimes. But you gotta have your coffee with it, because that makes a huge difference. So I ended up with my mom for breakfast at Cracker Barrel, and we came across this, which I don't know how well of a view I'm getting you on it, but let's do this number here. This around, unplug it from the charger because it's holding us up, and look at that. It's a plate. God bless America. Looks like a little cowboy hat, I guess. I don't know. Red, white, and blue. Always God bless America. And I don't get the huge mess that I get from the machine. It's like nonstop tobacco that I'm sweeping up. However, you do lose a little bit of benefit. Now you can add stuff to it. Me again, I just smoke, so I don't really care if it's filtered, non-filtered, whatever. I'm looking to save money, and I'm looking to enjoy my tobacco. These, a lot of people don't necessarily care for, because they are, let's move over here, totally filterless, which means that the tobacco is also coming out of this end. So you end up with a little bit of tobacco mix in your mouth sometimes. You got to spit out. Yep, looks like I'm on a joint. Looks like I'm smoking a joint, but that's really just straight tobacco. And how it works. So I've got my little tobacco plate here, right? I put my tobacco on the plate, and then I just got this little machine here. It's a little, this is a gambler one, there's a zigzag one, There's several of them. All of them, they're like $7, $7 or $8, I think, for them, something like that. Uh, you're gonna fill your tobacco up. Here, let's just empty this out and start over. So you're gonna put your tobacco in here, and again, my hand's all up in the way, so you can't even see what I'm doing probably. I like to use this little damper tool. Some people have said it's pointless. Some people said it doesn't do anything. I think it evens it out. But so you push that down into the actual machine after you put the tobacco in there, and it helps even it out so that it's spread across the entire machine there. Then you roll it up with these little sides. They come up and they pop in right here, and you just roll your cigarette just like that. Now here right now at this point, I would already have had tobacco all over the place just because of that machine. There's really no place to, the tobacco, you got to put it on the machine, and it just goes everywhere. Then you grab one of I like these personally. Now these are short, I will say that. But the way I smoke also, I can never get through an entire cigarette before I end up having either with the animals or with DoorDash. I can never actually get through an entire cigarette before I end up putting it out anyway. So I don't particularly care, but you can get longer machines and you can get longer papers that match up. And then you can actually buy little filters. There's a couple different brands and types of filters that you can put on there. And you just put that into the machine, and then fill the rest with the tobacco. And you end up with basically a regular cigarette. I personally, like I said, I'm all about this, just saving the money as much as I can. So you take your paper, just your basic normal tobacco. Like I said, I use the tops. You'll find different sizes, different brands. You slide it on in there. Start to roll it down. Nice and easy. Let's see if I can come back up here. So that your glue strip is facing you right there. You gotta lick the glue strap and then just roll it. And guess what? Damn, look at that. It's just a work of art. It's beautiful. And then you just put it in your little cigarette holder, whatever type of cigarette you use. When I talk about the length, these where they end up at. Now you can see this extra distance here. This would be basically if it was a full, like if you just bought Marlboro Reds, it would be the same, but the length would be all the way up. So losing the filter, it saves you space on that spot there. Like I said, a lot of people don't necessarily like not using the filter. Me, I don't care. I enjoy it, but keeping it lit. The only drawback, and I haven't figured out why, it's just slow burning paper. I think technically these papers are made for joints. So maybe you do want it to go out. Maybe you do want it to, if you're not drawing on it and and using your weed or whatever. Maybe that's what these papers are really used for. Which we can get into that into a different day. But keeping it lit, one drawback. Tobacco constantly in your mouth. You just got to spit it out. Again, I don't care. I like tobacco. I'm good with it. And the no filter, because that's a lot of people just gotta have your filter. I mean, you gotta have your. I remember there was I used to live next to an old man. He had his little dog. Had a little go-kart wheelchair. He just moved himself around, lived by himself. Guy was at least 90. I mean, he was an old dude, and he would come outside and fiddle around with his garden that he grows, and he had a little dog, and he'd do basic yard work and stuff like that. And he was just a cool guy to talk to. And I had another friend one time ask him, I said, what's your doctor say about you smoking those non-filter Camels? Because that's what he smoked. Dude was hardcore. Non-filter Camels, I don't know if I can mess with them, to be honest with you. I haven't tried, but I'd imagine they're strong as can be. And I don't want to be constantly just coughing nonstop, so just like that. But she said, what's your doctor say about you smoking those non-filtered Camels like that? He said, my doctor said, Norman, you're 90 years old. You do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it at this point in your life. Who knows if I'll make it to 90? I don't know. We'll do one more of these real quick. But the thing about it is these Topps papers, part of the reason I like them is they are cheaper. I believe they're like $1.25. And there's 100 of them, 100 sleeves in one pack. There's 100 sleeves, which is essentially a carton of cigarettes. So you buy 2 of those, that's $3. And you buy a bag of tobacco. Now the tobacco actually lasts longer now because we're not just wasting it. We're not just dumping it all over the machine and throwing it all over the floor and getting it to be a big mess. It stays contained right here in this plate, which we love. Now we had a different plate than this, and there's a bunch of them out there. Of course, you can get anything you want, more or less nowadays. Heck, you go in any smoke shop, you can find anything. I promise you, if it's a decent smoke shop. Nick's Smoke Shop on Preston Highway. If you're in Louisville, Kentucky, phenomenal. If I want anything tobacco related, well, if it would stick in there, you just got to stick it in there and roll it up. Hit it with your tongue real quick. Finish rolling it. And bam, another cigarette lit. Or another cigarette rolled. So as I'm talking to you, kind of demonstrating a little bit, going off on side stories, it's been 15 minutes. I've rolled 2 cigarettes. If I was just bam going, I needed cigarettes, I needed to get them all done, because I like to keep a stack of cigarette packs already rolled up. And ready to go, because I'm not trying to come back here and sit down and just not have anything to smoke. So I always I have this other little box that the top broke off of it. So I keep try to keep this as filled as possible in general as I'm watching my WWE, which is supposed to be coming on here soon. Clash in Paris is today, which we're excited about. So we are door dashing. We're doing YouTube videos, obviously, and we're watching WWE all day today. That's pretty much what we're doing. We're just door dashing right out of the house. Got the scooter all plugged up, waiting to be charged. You know, it's all charged up and ready to go. Got my tobacco. Just got done watching my news, which is always disturbing because there's nothing but people getting shot and people getting killed and injuries and accidents. And sometimes I just come back here and I turn some music on and I roll cigarettes that I don't even need to roll. Just, it's peaceful for me. I enjoy doing it. And it just gets me away from all the craziness in the world. And that's what you got to find. You got to find something in your life that you can take a break. I saw a thing about meditation. You're supposed to at least meditate for 2 or 3 minutes a day or some nonsense. No, I'm not meditating. I'm sorry. No. Prayer, I can see that one for sure. Self-meditation, I think all that does, at least for me, was bring up the all I think about is the negative stuff going on in my life. I don't think about the positive stuff, and I can't get it out of my head. Anything that maybe happened yesterday that I didn't enjoy, and I'm still thinking about it. We'll call that the smokable moment. But this tobacco roller here and everything, it's like a new toy, and I've used it before. I got away from it, but I'm making a few changes around the house and doing a few different things, and I realized that just how much of a mess I'm not making now using this, and how much extra tobacco I'm getting. So essentially, a bag like this, whatever brand it be, this is the smaller of the bag. You can actually buy one that's bigger for a couple dollars more. But this right here now gives me 2 cartons of cigarettes. So I believe this was $7.99. $7.99 for that. Paid, I believe these were maybe $1.25 or $1.99, maybe $2 in that range, which is a carton of cigarettes. So you buy 2 of those, so now you're up to $4. We'll just round everything up. So now you're at $4. You're at $8 for the cigarettes, which puts you at $12 total. If you don't have it yet, you got an $8 machine, and you're rolling 2 cartons of cigarettes for the price of like 3 or 4 packs of cigarettes. Now I don't even know if it's that many now. It's been so long since I bought a pack of cigarettes in a store. I don't even know how much they are anymore. I just know they're expensive as can be. Coffee. I just know cigarettes now are so expensive, it's ridiculous. And there's so many different ways to roll your own cigarettes. That there's really no reason. I mean, you can get machines that are like this, just old school manual. I don't care about a filter. I just want the cigarette situation, all the way up to I'm talking like automatic. You just put the tubes in and you put a whole bunch of tobacco in and a whole bunch of tubes in and hit start, and it just starts rolling them for you. Now you're getting into $100 machine, give or take, for that. I haven't even tried it. Now I'll probably never try it. I'm not going to spend that much money. Maybe one day, who knows? If I all of a sudden decide that I'm rich and just go and drop $100 on a cigarette rolling machine. But I mean, you got them all places. If you're not rolling your own cigarettes now and you are a smoker, it just doesn't make sense anymore. It's too easy. It takes up very little time, and most people don't smoke as much as I do. So most people are a pack a day, maybe. So a pack of cigarettes I could roll with this machine probably in maybe 10 minutes. It'd probably take me 10 minutes. I could roll a pack of cigarettes with this machine. It took me 10 minutes to save that much money. That's all we're worried about for me. Just because I've been smoking so long that the only thing I can't handle is menthol. Menthol, boy, I've tried it. I can't handle it. I don't know why. It's just not enjoyable. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that at you. I really wanted to just kind of show off my cool plate that we got at the Cracker Barrel. Which there was obviously a big debacle over Cracker Barrel changing their sign or something. I don't know what they were doing. But I'm just sitting here rolling my cigarettes, waiting for my WWE to come on. My little pay-per-view comes on, I believe, at noon. And, rolling cigarettes and just sitting here, enjoying my life, waiting for my DoorDash order to come through. Hi, kitty. I know. You want some attention too. I have two kitties. They're both very self-absorbed. Get out of my water. The cat's got water. Believe me. Look, he's just trying to get involved. Okay, come here. Come here. Okay, now you're involved. Okay, so anyway, now we got the kitty kind of getting taken care of. That's going to be my thing for the day. I just wanted to show that because, like I said, I'm just going back old school, and old school is cheap if you do it right and you pay attention to what you're buying. It's cheap versus that $8 pack of cigarettes you're buying at the store. I'm smoking a whole carton of cigarettes worth of cigarettes. So anyway, folks, I'm Banger T. Still the smoker OG. Can't get rid of the cats. Cats don't really care about the smoke, and they just want the attention. So anyway, again, I'm smoker. That's me. No editing skills at all. I'll never edit a video really, just because. Just not good at it. So what you get is what you get with me. If you're still watching this channel, sorry it's been a couple days since I've had anything come out. Like I said, I've had a few seizure issues happening. But we are back to life. We are back to normal. And we are back to our happiness. Y'all have a great day. Have a good Memorial Day, Labor Day. I'm not really sure which one it is. Tomorrow. Enjoy the weather while it's here. We're supposed to get a little rain on Tuesday, but you didn't need a forecast. What you do need is to roll your own cigarettes. Banger T. I'm out.